Hello, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Dominique and I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas, and I talk all things real estate. So today we are going to do a market update. I'm gonna just kind of share a little bit about what's going on in our market. I know that real estate has been in the news, interest rates have been in the news, everybody's talking about it, talking about a recession, and all of that jazz. So I just kind of wanted to go over the hard numbers with y'all. I have a report here, and we're gonna be looking at the city of Austin and then also the greater Austin metro area, so counties surrounding Austin. So the months of inventory increased to 4 months from 3.7 in September. Net new listings decreased by 289 units. So a lot of sellers are leaving the market or holding off until the spring to put their homes on the market. Withdrawn and expired listings increased a lot. They tripled in the metro area and almost tripled in the city of Austin compared to October of 2021. The average sold price increased 7.3% in the metro area and 12.7% in the city of Austin. Average days on market increased to 40 compared to 18 in October 2021. And then another big thing is that there was a decline in under contract and pending units. The metro area saw a 40% drop in contracts, and the city of Austin saw a decrease of almost half. So that's a big, significant drop in demand. And we started seeing that drop back in April. We started seeing that contract decline. It declined by 11% in April. And everybody was like, what's going on? And so it's just continued to decline over the months. So 40% drop is a lot. So part of that is seasonality. This time of year, things tend to slow down. People are getting ready for the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming up, Christmas is coming up, and so, people just don't want to mess with having their house on the market. So some people will take their houses off the market, or they'll just wait until springtime. And of course, things tend to pick up in the springtime. Spring and summer are the busiest times of year for real estate. So nothing different about that. But then you couple that with the increase in the interest rates, and, there's just been a big slowdown in the market. So a lot of buyers are holding off right now, and sellers, some of them are getting, scared of the market. I have some sellers who we closed on their house recently, and I had to reassure them throughout the process because, things aren't selling over a weekend anymore. That's just not the market that we're in right now. And so, I reassured them this is normal for our current market. And we got so used to what things were like in 2021, what things were like in 2020, and that's just not reality. That was just, pent up demand and, almost 0% interest rates. And so many buyers flooded the market. And many sellers weren't listing at that time because they were thinking, well, where am I gonna move to? It's really hard to get something under contract. I'm gonna have to spend a lot more. So they were staying put. And so now that things have cooled down, we had a lot of sellers feel like, oh, well, I kind of lost out on that. I missed out on that. And so we had a lot of inventory flood the market. Well, now many of those sellers, they've been on the market for a while, and so they're seeing that maybe their house isn't moving. They might have come in overpriced because they were looking at the prices from 2021. Many of them are seeing those prices, those high prices, and coming into the market with their listings priced a little bit high, and so they're having to steadily lower their price. And so some of them are just thinking, well, I'm just gonna hold off and wait until spring. Another thing that we've seen with this market is for the sellers that don't have to sell, they're not adjusting their price. The ones that do have to sell, of course, have been steadily decreasing their list price and trying to get traction, trying to get buyers in the door. But those that really don't have to sell right now, they're not. So they're either just holding their price, or they're withdrawing it. Or I've also seen many where they are leasing them, or they're putting them on the market for lease. So for you buyers that are out there, the good thing about it is that you actually have some negotiating power now. You have, you can go in and Sellers may consider contingent offers. You have room to negotiate for repairs, for closing costs, title. I mean, there's so many things that we can now negotiate on your behalf because you have more power. There's more inventory. And you know, there are some sellers that do still need to sell. And so looking for those opportunities, being open and being ready for those is key right now. So another thing we're comparing is average sales price. So the average sales price is up 5.61% from October 2021. So the average sales price is $585,000. You'll hear, you know, I've seen news articles that, you know, obviously like market crash, and I even saw one the other day that, you know, Austin is one of the best markets to look in right now because you can find deals because, you know, they're like I said before, there are some sellers that do have to sell. But one of the things that you have to keep in mind is that some of the listings have been coming up on the market and they're listed too high. And so that's why you're seeing those drops. One thing that we have to consider with pricing is, and you know, I tell my sellers is, you know, we can't look at spring 2022 because things have already changed so much. We want to look at, you know, I would say the last 30 days. And even more important than that, we want to look at listings that are pending. And so I get in touch with realtors where, you know, for those pending listings and try to get as much information as possible. I'll see if they will share with me what they're under contract at, if they, you know, had money for repairs, if they, you know, what kind of traffic that they had to their listing. All of those things are going to be important in where we price a listing at. Okay, so I know that is a lot of information. That's a lot of numbers, but for those of you that do like the numbers, I hope this was interesting and helpful to you. But basically, overall, the important thing right now is if you're a buyer, there are opportunities out there. There's less competition right now, and we still have quite a bit of inventory on the market. So it's a great time to buy. I've heard of many buyers who are wanting to hold off until spring. You know, historically things start to pick up in the spring and there's more competition. So this time of year, if you can make time for it, it's actually a good time to get out there and to look at real estate and just to be open to, you know, opportunities. So if you need help with that, let me know. I have some great lenders that I work with in Austin. I can get you connected. We can get you pre-approved. And then you can just kind of, you know, keep an eye out on any good opportunities that may come up that you want to jump on. If you're a seller, you know, you just want to keep in mind the market. You know, things definitely slow down this time of year, and with the higher interest rates, traffic has slowed down. So, you know, you may want to consider, you want to look at all of the listings, look at the market data, and just look at it from a very unbiased perspective and try to imagine that you're a buyer coming to look at your house. You want to look at the strengths and weaknesses of your house. You want to look at what's going on in the market in your neighborhood because it's all very hyper local. And, you know, just be mindful of that when you're making your pricing decisions and coming up with your marketing plan with your realtor. Some things you may want to consider as a seller, you know, you may want to withdraw your listing and just kind of take it off the market and wait until spring so that you're coming in the busiest time of year and you have the most chance to make the most amount of money on your house. Another thing you might consider is leasing it out. A lot of people talk about short-term leases, but you might want to consider a midterm lease. That's anything that's between 30 days and 12 months. What's good about a midterm lease is you don't have to have a permit from the city in order to do that. You know, you may have to look at the restrictions from your HOA. Some do require you to have a minimum of a 6-month lease, some a 3-month lease. So it's just, you know, some information that you'll want to find out. But you can make really good money on a midterm lease. So if you've already moved out, or you know, you just need to make some money on your house and it is already vacant, then that's something that you definitely want to consider. And since you're doing a shorter lease term, then you can pick up back in the spring and just put your house back on the market. Okay guys, well I hope this was super helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know. And of course, if you're moving to the Austin area, whether it's in the next 30, 60, 90 days, it doesn't matter. I'm here to help you. I'm here as a resource for you. If you're even just starting out and you want some general information, I'm happy to jump on a call with you, send you some information about the Austin area, and just be here for you. So thanks again for watching, and I will see y'all very soon in the next video. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to stay in touch with me, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.